Hello, tubers.
Hey
It's
there.
a crazy British bloke here. And
the Canadian Carpenter.
Canadian Carpenter. So we've had a few more questions sent to us, and Joe's going to go through them.
Yeah, there are some pretty good ones this time. We got one from Walda, and we'll do the blokes first then. We got, do you work exclusively with Joe besides working for the place you live in?
Well, no, I don't exclusively work with Joe. I do stuff for myself as well. I do other bits of work if it comes in. The same with you, Joe, isn't it?
Yeah, we're both independent. We just choose to work together on most jobs.
Some projects.
Yeah, where I need a hand or he needs a hand. We job share.
Yeah.
Bloke said it best one week. He said, we're both unemployed every week. We're just looking for a new job.
But we are.
When it's true, yeah.
That's what self-employed people do.
Yeah.
You're always unemployed. You're always looking for a new job.
And that's what we do. So that's a good one. And Waldo also asked me a question, and it was, what drew you to the field of work that you're in? It's called being really bad in high school and having to slug for a living, and after a while that becomes your job, I guess. You get brought into it and become good at it if you're any good.
You get good at it,
Yeah, that's what happens if you don't go to university. You end up in construction. Pretty much. That about boils it down. Okay, here we go. This one is from BKC 1965. He's dealt with the public, and he's in construction or something or another, and he's got some pretty funny stories, I'm sure, of his own. So he's asked us if we've had any dumb questions or things that have happened in construction stories.
Always getting it.
There's always something. Some of them are little, some of them are big. I can briefly tell you a story. I do quite a bit of work. Mainly we do commercial work, but it was in a bank. Do lots of work for banks. Won't mention the bank's name, but we had a run-in, and one of the fellas that was working for me managed to leave the door unlocked when they were in counting cash in the morning. Then they had their meeting. So we were down in the basement doing some flooring work, and I guess the bank manager and all the staff came out from behind, and all the cash trays were open, and there's 4 or 5 people standing in line. So they were a little bit PO'd at us, and they thought, okay, we're going to get your ass fired. So they said that they might tell on me to the project manager. So I decided, well, there's got to be a way around this. So I went out and got them, a big box of donuts and bought them all coffees from Tim Hortons, of course, and thought that was a good bribe. But apparently that didn't work. And the assistant bank manager came in at night with a ghetto blaster and a little radio thing, if you guys are too young for ghetto blasters. And she put some music on, and she said that she would assure that I wouldn't get in any trouble if this fella Dave and myself would dance for us. So of course we thought, well, I guess we can dance a little bit. But what she had was in mind was a naked dance. So we didn't do that, and let the record state, the very next morning by about 10 o'clock, I had a phone call from the project manager about the mishap of the unlocked door. So yeah, that's a pretty funny story. How about you, Bloke?
Well, we're going to some of mine later on. Really funny ones.
We'll save you one. Well, somebody from Pontiac Hotshot, I guess he's from Holland, and unemployed, I guess, by the sounds of this. It seems to be a common thing everywhere. And wants to know what's going on, Bloke. I don't really go to the farm, so I'm going to let Chris in on this one. What's going on with Rickham and his trailer eviction?
Well, I don't think he's going to get evicted because he actually works on the farm, yeah, and you're allowed to work on the farm as long as you only stay in a trailer for so many days, so many months, and it's only seasonal work. It's like anybody. You get all the immigrants and that coming over, and the Mexicans, and picking all the crops over here and that, and they all stay in the trailers. So, I don't see there's no problem with that. I think that's going to be cool.
So what kind of work does Rick do?
Oh, he does all sorts of work there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, then. So he works on the farm, so he's a worker. All the people who thought Rickham was unemployed, he's actually a worker. Yeah. There you go. Oh, this is a good one. This is from Day Lossix, I guess it is. Or Jay Lossix, sorry. Bloke's writing. I guess his friend laid some ceramic tiles in and didn't put a proper underbase in. That's never a good scene.
Oh,
never a good scene.
Never.
And if the tiles are cracking and the motor's cracking, from my best experience, it is a tear out. Now, in saying that, I did actually have a similar situation in a rental property from a customer of mine. And what we did there, because I pulled some loose tiles, put them back down. They had mahogany underlay, which is very smooth, which you can't use. You don't necessarily need to put a screen underneath tile, but you need to put a good 3/4 inch fir plywood, that way it's rough, or a cement board. But what I did, because she really didn't want to rip out the whole condo, I mixed some glue additive that you would use for a concrete additive, and top and bond, I don't know what you guys call it, in with the under base, and I put it in, and then I basically put some of the additive in with the grout. Not a lot, but just enough to get it in, and it seems to have held up quite well. Yeah. So that might be an easy fix. You can try that. The additive's like
well, I'd try it first, because if you have to rip out, you've got to rip out. So it's always best to have a go at the smaller part of it first, yeah. And if it holds, it holds, doesn't it?
Yeah, try that first.
If you don't, then you're going to have to rip out, and you're going to have to pull all your cabinets and everything.
Hopefully that works for you, because that's kind of a quick fix. So it's like a white glue additive. Yeah.
People always cheap out. They try and cheap out on a job, and you never cheap out on a flooring job. Never. Because you're going to put thousands of dollars into it, and for a couple of $100 worth of board, you could end up losing a couple of $1,000.
Or more, and it's a hell of a mess to rip tiles up. And it's not good to buy cheap tiles either.
No.
All right, here's a good one. This one's for Bloke and myself. He actually, these says, Dirt Dude. Brian is asking, he's about, I guess he has some sort of a cabin in the woods, log cabin in the woods, and he's wondering, he's got a dirt floor, and he wants to lay some slate down in there, but they can't really get a floor in their concrete truck because they're like a mile into the bush.
Or a mile in, they have to hike a mile in from their truck.
What do you suggest for that, Bloke?
Well, I told him before, I've watched some of his videos, and they go down and they get some clay and that from, they've got like a stream near them, a little bit of a riverbed stream. And I said, well, you need a base, don't you? You need a good base.
You gotta have a good base, yeah,
good base
solid
for floor.
base.
So really, dig out 3 or 4 inches of your floor, which is only dirt. I know it's going to be a big project. Go down to the river, get yourself in those plastic pails, and get some gravel and get some sand, and then bring yourself some bags of Portland cement in, and knock yourself up some real concrete. And put 3 or 4 inches of concrete in. Might take you a long time, but in the end, you've got a great base. You might be able to get away with, you said?
A couple inches maybe, but you need to put some reinforcing mesh, chicken wire or something to keep it from cracking and spreading and heaving. We're not sure where you are, but if there's any frost there, you want to go a little bit better of a slab, but keep it separate from the outside of the building.
Yeah, and that would do it really.
Yeah, that should do it.
Then you've got a proper base, and then you can stick whatever you want on top of that. Your slate, you can stick it down with a bond, or maybe even stick it, like you said, into the concrete.
Yeah, if it's rough, stone, you can just lay it right in and then mortar it in after it. It'd be fine.
Be good.
All right, I don't know. Do you have anything to say there, Bloke?
I think that's it, mate.
That's it.
Well, thanks for all the questions.
Yeah, keep the questions coming.
Keep coming. If they like this, we'll carry on, eh?
Yeah, if you guys have any construction questions or personal questions, we'll answer them best we can.
Yeah.
Have a good one, tubers.
Speak to you later.
Take care.